Trader Joe's was founded in 1967 by Joe Coulombe. Trader Joe's had two main goals: to appeal to educated consumers searching for good bargains, and to create the best working environment possible for its employees. Coulombe took great pride in the fact that many employees loved working there and stayed for years. Here's how it works. They scour the globe for organic products not offered at most other supermarkets. They buy in volume, directly, and with confidential terms to get the best deal possible. Then, they sell these products to you for a crazy low price. For Trader Joe's, the competition landscape is fairly barren as far as direct substitutes go. Having products that are both organic / ultra healthy and low cost creates as large a differentiation as theoretically possible in a fairly saturated market.
The supermarket industry is interesting because although profit margins are low, competition is always increasing. High inventory turnover due to perishable goods is one reason the average profit margin is consistently between 1 and 2%. Although the profit margin is low, supermarkets are able to take advantage of products with high profit margins, such as dairy and bakery products, along with non-produce items. Trader Joe's was founded in 1967 by Joe Coulombe with the ideal target market of educated, sophisticated individuals looking for good bargains on products typically not found in supermarkets, such as whole bean coffees, sprouted wheat bread, and black rice. Wine also developed into a customer favorite over the years. Trader Joe's started selling private label items in 1972, and by 2000 they began expanding out of the western part of the United States. Today, Trader Joe's operates 414 locations in 37 states across the U.S., with 5 new stores to be complete by the end of 2014. It is estimated that they made over $10 billion in annual revenue, and they boasted an amazing 2.054 sales per square foot ratio, with Whole Foods in second place at 1.257. Trader Joe's stores are typically under 15,000 square feet compared to 40 or 50,000 square feet for most supermarkets. Today, more than 80% of their goods are private label, allowing them to sell more unique items at even better prices. Trader Joe's also does not participate in advertising, coupons, or social media, which is out of the norm in today's society.
Our team decided to perform a Porter 5 Forces analysis from the perspective of Trader Joe's. We first looked at threat of substitutes. Since there were, and one could argue still are, no close substitutes that directly compete with Trader Joe's at its product diversity and price point, threat of substitutes is not very high. Switching costs in the realm of supermarkets, mostly selling high perishable goods, only exist in the form of cognitive effort, emotional costs, and social risk. To the average consumer, these are trivial costs. There's a slight price-performance trade-off, as Trader Joe's does charge higher prices than stores like Kroger and SuperValu subsidiaries in exchange for better performance in the form of healthier foods. Next, we looked at threats to entry. Economies of scale are going to prove a difficult obstacle in any major industry. Lower prices are easier to achieve when fixed costs are spread across high-volume purchases. Because of Trader Joe's unique suppliers and specific business practices with them, low prices were achievable. We will expound upon these business practices a little later. Other barriers such as capital requirements, brand identity, and access to distribution were inevitable. Capital was never a problem for founder Joe Coulombe, thanks to a successful convenience store chain he founded earlier in life. Brand identity is a problem for any startup company. Luckily, this has never been a concern for Trader Joe's. The company has always relied on grassroots marketing and superb customer service to bring customers. It certainly didn't take long for Trader Joe's to establish brand identity. Access to distribution wasn't a huge problem since the company started with only a few locations in close proximity, opening only 1 store per year. Retaliation proved to be a reasonable concern, as Trader Joe's was soon bought out by German grocery chain Aldi North, albeit for good reasons. Coulombe was kept on as CEO. There are a large number of firms in the supermarket industry, and with highly perishable products and the diversity of rivals, rivalry was considered our largest force in our analysis. The top 10 supermarket chains account for 35% of total stores and generate 68% of total industry sales in the U.S. Due to this low industry concentration in the U.S. as compared to other countries, Trader Joe's was able to enjoy a huge competitive advantage. By employing a differentiation strategy and a focus strategy, Trader Joe's was able to be highly successful. The store's fresh appearance and amazing employee atmosphere only spurred on this process. Because of its unique operations in small locations, Trader Joe's was able to keep fixed costs at a level that no other supermarkets could even come close to. Buyer power and supplier power are two almost non-existent forces when it comes to Trader Joe's. In an industry where there essentially exists an oligopsony, suppliers have very little bargaining power. Trader Joe's chooses not to take advantage of suppliers. Listing fees, slotting fees, middlemen, and late payments are non-existent with the store. They buy in large volume and pay as soon as products are delivered and sold. In return, suppliers offer them a low price and secrecy, two components that are crucial to Trader Joe's success. Rather than be parasitic like many other supermarkets, Trader Joe's enjoys a mutualistic relationship with its suppliers, where supplier power and buyer power are rarely, if ever, taken advantage of.
Trader Joe's incorporates several competitive advantage strategies. They use the cost advantage strategy economies of scale internally, in which they sell high-quality products for a lower price. They do this by carrying fewer products in large volumes, so they are able to bargain with suppliers, and this is also an example of using a differentiation strategy. Another thing that differentiates Trader Joe's from other stores are the employees' attitudes. They do not hire skilled workers at their store. Instead, they hire workers that are easygoing and have a good attitude so that the atmosphere of the store is comfortable. Their nautical theme and Hawaiian shirts provide customers with an enjoyable shopping experience rather than considering it as a chore. Innovation is also a key strategy for Trader Joe's. They start trends such as healthy food, California wines, and microbrewed beer, which all spark consumer interest. A lot of what they sell in the stores is their own brand, trusted by their loyal customers, which allows them to carry fewer brands. They also have a simple checkout process because they sell their products by unit rather than weight. Their products are inexpensive in comparison to competitors, such as Whole Foods, but they are not a hard discount store like SuperValu. Their product selection process is very successful because they have a niche market in which they make the best selections of each product rather than carrying 50 brands of the same product. Trader Joe's also has their secrecy with their suppliers as a competitive advantage because no competitors know who is making their products. Trader Joe's as a whole does not have many threats to its competitive advantage. They could, however, work on their advertising and marketing because as of now their two forms of advertising are the Fearless Flyer on their website and word of mouth. The lack of advertising could slow down its growth while its competitors get ahead. Although its niche market is a strength, sometimes it can turn into a weakness. Since Trader Joe's is not a full-service grocery store, customers must go to a traditional grocery store in addition to shopping at Trader Joe's, which can be a burden to customers. Something that could also first be seen as a threat is its small stores, but in the case of Trader Joe's, this is actually an overall strength in their business strategy. The big question is Trader Joe's competitive advantage sustainable? Well, we think that with a few minor modifications, it is. It has a great niche market and it sells high-demanding organic products for a better price than its prime competitors. It also focuses mainly on its customers and employees rather than its competitors. We believe that if Trader Joe's continues to use this competitive strategy, it could undergo a rapid expansion.
We completed a financial ratio analysis on 4 of Trader Joe's competitors: Whole Foods, Kroger, Safeway, and SuperValu. As you can see, Whole Foods led the other stores in all of the categories except for return on equity, where Kroger has the greatest returns. Each firm also executes its own unique strategy. Kroger sells roughly 33% of its revenue in non-produce items, as well as owning 40 manufacturing plants, 15 dairies, and more. Finally, they cut back on delivery costs by owning their own fleet of trucks. Safeway was the first grocer to ever post expiration dates and still today boasts the freshest produce. Along with that, they stand out by delivering groceries to homes and offices in and around large cities. SuperValu is currently selling their least profitable retail chains and beginning a reboot of their stronger stores. Whole Foods has a very organic and natural selection of goods, as well as very environmentally conscious and economically efficient facilities. Finally, there's the unique Trader Joe's. Small, well-stocked stores allow for their sales per square foot ratio of over 2.0. They also spend the bare minimum on advertising, and although Trader Joe's seeks out harder to find organic goods, they eliminate the middleman by buying directly from the supplier and even packaging some of their goods in the store. Finally, the company is very secretive about any and all information that could give it an advantage to their many competitors. All of these factors influence the incredible loyalty of their customers all over the country.
Adding more forms of advertisement is a change that can really help strengthen Trader Joe's competitive advantage. The store can use social media such as Twitter and Facebook to keep customers updated on the new and limited edition products. Since grassroots marketing has been the primary form of advertising from the start, social media would appear to be the next logical step. This doesn't necessarily mean employing coupons and sales, but rather having a presence in a medium where Trader Joe's is already a topic of discussion. Print advertisements in local publications can help reach out to the target market, since the location of stores is primed to the type of customers it targets. Another addition that could be extremely helpful is making quick service-ready meals similar to Whole Foods. As new processes are implemented as necessary due to the growing business, the company needs to maintain an emphasis on short vertical division of labor and minimize bureaucracy within the company in order to avoid conflict between the employees and keep a positive work environment.
Thanks for listening.
Created using Powtoon.